Right. So, welcome everybody. This is a solo session of the second season, book two of All for One Lights and Darkness. Yeah, we'll play Musketeers. I wanted to show that is a graph. So, and I have my drink for tonight. Yeah, diet
Ooh.
root beer. Yeah. All right. I
Are you
don't
saying
eat
that all for
sugar.
one is fattening?
Well, in my case, no, because I've cut down on sugar since a couple of months. But for all for one, I can do anything. So, so we have Anthony here who will play Martin
Oui.
Martel, and it will be a soul session, an adventure that will take place well sometimes after the last session, which took place in Orléans, um, where the Beauvais family was almost slaughtered. So how does it start? It will be a Monday morning. Okay. Um, this morning you had to get up a little earlier because some duties were to be made at the Musketeers Barrack. You're at your place, okay, probably getting ready to go out. Just to be sure, your prayers, you do that in the morning.
Whenever he's not working, so it would be morning or evening, depending on the shift.
Well, yeah, since it's a well quite an early shift. Probably you did that the day before the evening. So yeah, you're getting prepared. You have clothes around, and yeah, preparing your stuff and getting ready to get the morning bread. When someone knocks at the door, well, you have an idea that who it might be, since Alphonse told you that he was to pick up in the morning, just to be sure you were awake.
Okay.
So you hear the knock at the door. Alphonse, open.
Come.
Yeah, you have Claude opening the door, and you see Alphonse entering. So, are you in a good mood, Martin, today?
I'm tired.
You shouldn't be. Or maybe it's something else. And I'm ending you a letter.
You shouldn't have. Will I be able to read your handwriting?
No, it's not me you have written that. In fact, I don't know, but you are a man of mystery. While I was coming at your place, I saw that lady all dressed in black, putting that letter at the porch of your door and looking everywhere to see, if someone was spying at her. I was. She didn't saw me. She
A,
was quite
a lady
beautiful.
all dressed in black, you say?
Yeah, yeah, with a hood in black, and in the morning light, I saw her green eyes, great green eyes, a beautiful lady, just that I don't remember. I can
Hmm.
remember them all, but she's brought you that. You hide me something, Martin.
So what does it say? Have you read it?
No, it's yours. It's the key to Martin on it.
You do me a great service. Well, I'll read it
Okay, so you
later.
open, yeah.
So, have you had breakfast, Alphonse?
Not yet, not yet. Maybe a little later.
Because it strikes me that you owe me several hundred croissants.
Oh, you paid them. I always thought that they were to be free. I bring so much customers to the Croissant Pont Neuf. But Claude told me, and I'm looking at your lackey. Claude told me about the bread you had in the morning. It's not coming from there.
Well, true.
Okay. So do we start to go to our? Will be a little before the time, and it's a good thing. Mr. Trevi will appreciate them for sure.
Well, I suppose, should read this letter.
Yeah, you read it.
I'll read it, whether he
Okay.
stays or goes.
Okay. I want to write you something, and I don't. Ah, it's here. Okay, sorry.
It's on the side.
Yeah. So this is the letter.
Ah, okay. Cher Martin, I'm sorry for what I did the other day. Please come by the boulangerie. I'll give you a free bread today. My husband won't notice. Votre ami, Margot.
I'm looking over your shoulder. Margot. Who's Margot?
That's exactly the question I have in my
Oh no,
mind,
you're
actually,
hiding me
Elmo.
something here, my friend. You're hiding me something here, and I want to know what it is. So we'll do something special here. We'll go into Martin's past, and we'll know whose Margot is.
I I hope so.
All right. So we'll get back a couple of months back, maybe a week after we got. It was Stoll, the village of Stoll.
Still, yeah.
Yeah, the first
His
adventure.
hometown.
Yeah, you got back to Paris, okay? And yeah, usually Claude is serving you the morning bread that is getting somewhere. But one particular morning, you didn't have the morning bread you used to. Instead, you had a note from Claude saying, "Sorry, master, I've wounded my hand and got to Luciano to heal it. If you want your bread, go to boulangerie pain pour tous, bread for all." And
Okay.
I'm sorry, master. But I know that you'd probably be hungry, and you're very hungry. So the bread, the excellent bread that he's bringing to you, comes from a place called Boulangerie Pain pour tous, and he is giving you some indication. You go by that street and that street, and you'll find the bakery.
Grumbling and upset all the way. Turn left, turn right.
Okay, so yeah, I guess if you want, you have the control of your past. So do you want to go there?
He definitely would take Claude's advice. It's good bread. He needs to eat. Needs his
Yeah,
strength after 12 hours of prayer the day before.
yeah,
But he's not
absolutely.
going to be that happy about it.
No. Yeah, well, Claude did wound himself. So Luciano will fix this. He's very good. So, well, this is a quite a good morning spring. You know, the smell wasn't as bad as it used to. You come by the bakery called Pain pour tous. You see someone by the side of the door, a great man. You know, he is back on the wall with an apron, smoking a pipe, red hair. Good day, Lord. You can get inside. The bread is ready.
Good.
You come
Oh,
into the shop. It's quite busy. You know, there are a couple of people. Taking their bread and all that. And you see a woman serving the people, and at some point her eyes stops on you, great green eyes, and she does make a beautiful smile to you and say, "What can I serve you, sir?" My lord.
uh, I'm quite at a loss for words, Madame. The bread, the heavenly bread I smell. I would love to have some of that.
And she's looking at you. You are Martin, isn't it?
Yes, usually my lackey Claude would be here, but he's indisposed.
You are
Today.
Martin. So yeah, and she turns around Okay, she turns around and okay, she's searching throughout the bread she has, and she say, wait a minute. And she turns around. Behind her, there's another table with more fresher bread, and she takes a bread from there. I think he deserves a perception test.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well then, perception, which is currently quite high, thanks to the blessings and whisperings of the
Yeah.
angels. So, with a pool of 9 dice, I generate 4 successes.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, while she's doing all that, the attention is okay. Well, there's lots of things going on. I think she has bumped actually 2 clients to serve you.
Ooh.
Okay, and yeah, you're a musketeer, and people are looking at you. So some of them are more peasant type, and they're looking at you at this with disgust. At the same time, you can see on the table she's taking the bread. There's a cloth bag. And you know that cloth bag. This is a cloth bag with a C embroidered in it. This is a bag that Claude uses once in a while to bring stuff. So this is
Right.
Claude's bag. And at the same time, when she's serving the bread, you can see she has bruises on her arm. And well, she serves it to you with great smile. It was a pleasure meeting you, Martin. At last, Claude talked about you so much.
Well, really? He talked about me. Forgive me, madam. I can't help but notice that you have injured your arm.
Yes, well, something happened. I've stumbled upon the oven, and the man who was outside comes back. Margot, go back to work right now. You have been served, sir. Good bread.
Oh, yes. Yes, I have. You stumbled in the oven, you say, but you are not burned, you are bruised.
And she doesn't say a thing. Oh, well, it's nothing. It's part of the passion we have to make good bread. And the man looks at Margot. You see, stop talking. People are waiting for their bread. Have a good
All right,
sale,
well,
sir.
I don't want to make things worse for her right now, but I have pretty strong suspicion that she's being roughed up by the baker. So, I would speak with
Yes,
you outside.
with the guy.
Yep.
Okay,
I just walk out, assuming he'll follow.
me. Well, yes, Lord. And Margot, take the counter. That line was talk. Maybe I have a complaint about you. He's going outside with you. What can I do for you? The guy is great. He's almost one head over you.
Wow. You're a very large individual.
Yes, I am.
So you like to beat up small people.
What do you mean? I make bread.
Yes, and bruises.
What? My good lord. I think you are accusing me out of nothing.
Oh, then who are you allowing to come in and beat Margot?
My wife is not beaten.
Oh.
So, my bread is supposed to be one of the best in Paris.
Who makes it?
Me and my wife.
So she does the work.
I work hard with my hand. I made this bakery real. It came from my father and my grandfather before. This secret recipe, I have it. And my wife helps me into that.
I see. Family tradition is important.
Absolutely. I think we agree on that.
So we will also agree that I'll be watching you.
That's if you want to.
Oh, I shall. The opinions and the attentions of the musketeers can make or break a business. I trust things will be respectable and forthright from now on.
If you want to, if you say so, but you know what happened in every manage in Paris is none of your business. You have to you have to protect the king. We're not a threat for the king. Have a good day.
And you, sir. I keep
Okay.
forgetting. I'm just some guy. Grumbling and talking to myself as I go down the street.
So we get back to the present, and Alphonse, did you tell Alphonse about this?
I remember, having
Okay,
forgotten. Yes,
so
I do remember, Margot.
okay, yeah, the bakery. Oh, yeah, I once got some bread from there. Very nice person, and his husband. Not a not a very pleasant one.
No, and as I recall, I accused him of beating his wife.
Really? Ah, that is bad.
Well, certainly
But
unnecessary.
yeah, but what
Not the
she's sorry
accusation.
for? Sorry?
Not the accusation. The accusation was necessary. The beating is unnecessary.
Of course, of course. Well, I think she wants to see you, but what can she be sorry for?
Well, especially, I'm sorry for what I did the other day.
Hmm. Then you remember something else from her. Let's go back in the past and see if you'll die in the past. Okay. Okay. Maybe a week before going to Strasbourg, you you take an late evening walk. If this is something that Martin does.
Sure, to and from the quiet places, the churches.
Okay. While going through the street of Paris, at some point you feel that someone is watching you. The streets are quite silent. You can hear dogs barking away, maybe some sounds. Maybe you have crossed a beggar who asked you for some money. But at some point, you can see in the moonlight and the wet ground, the silhouette of someone, maybe 2 blocks from where you are. You guess it's not a very bulky person. Maybe either a small person or a woman, all dressed in black, and it's watching at you. Definitely, it has its attention at you.
Okay. I'll just stop.
That person will clearly see what you're doing, and then she just go away, turning a corner. You can see her shadow going away with her.
Then I will follow her.
Okay. You can hear the footsteps, light footsteps, and then Okay. Well, at some point you lose the sound of the footsteps, but you have yeah, it's some kind of a small alleyway, descending,
Right.
and as you go that alleyway, you can see in maybe one of the I don't know how to call it, but the carvings in the wall, and you okay, okay, there's a light coming from there.
Okay.
You can smell you have the smell of a pipe.
Like someone's waiting,
Yeah.
smoking a pipe. Well, I will try to be stealthy
All right.
as I
Roll for that.
approach. See if I can
Oh,
sneak up.
okay. Right. Try this.
Okay. I'm going
Is
to use.
Opal's
I'm going to
Opal's
use
roll?
these. Sure, it can be. Yep. I'm going to use the Sebastian method by rolling just the blue die for my 3-die
Ah,
pool. Ah, I have 1 success.
well, you hear movement in the carving. You see the flickering of the light moving. Okay, but by your progression, you could see what there's a woman all dressed in black with you know she's having a lantern beside her.
Okay.
She has a pipe in her hand and a book in the other, but you can see the face, and it's Margot. And she's looking at you with surprise and hiding her stuff behind her back. And she's
Oh,
looking down.
okay.
Good evening, Lord Martin.
Well, good evening, Margot. Are you quite all right?
Yeah, yeah, yes, yes, of course.
It's late. The night is no place for a young lady to be out,
Yeah,
married
I
or
know,
not.
but for the bread to be ready, I have to go out. And she's pointing out an empty bucket, and I have to bring water from the well.
Uh, well, would you like some assistance?
Uh, yeah, and she seems embarrassed by what she's hiding behind on her back, not knowing what to do with it. That's what you sense, and you
Is
can
it
smell the
the
pipe.
pipe? Is it? You should finish your tobacco before it all burns away.
And she's looking, and it's exactly her husband's pipe, and she's looking at it. Well, oh well, she seems embarrassed. It's not well. Well, by
Sure.
that time, we all know that women don't smoke, and she has a book, and she don't know what to do with it. And
Why don't you stay, smoke your pipe, read your book? I'll go fetch the water.
you do that for me, my lord. No, I'm just a peasant girl. Just a
I've got nothing to do, and I'm very fond of my bread.
okay. So she won't stop you taking the bucket.
Okay. Then I will go and fill the bucket with water.
Yeah, well, you know that there's a well maybe one corner of the street from there and all that.
Right.
She was when you come back, nothing happens, but when you come back, you see she's there, the book not in her hand, she's just sitting and waiting for you, and looking down, waiting, looking at what's going around.
So I'm very curious about what she's reading and how she learned to read it, but I'm not going to insult her by asking her, "How did you learn to read?"
Well, you can
I'll
make
just
a
try and
perception.
figure out what the book is.
Can make a perception check with that.
Okay.
All enhanced if you want.
Can I take the average?
Yeah.
Okay. So that would be 4, 5.
Once again, in the flicker of the light, you can see that maybe she has a bruise here. But not only that, you saw the book. When she it's a book from René Descartes,
Oh, really?
all called Abrégé de la musique.
Okay.
You know that book because you have one at your place.
So tell me what your thoughts are of Descartes.
And once again, she seems embarrassed. Oh, he's and he's very interesting. There's a lot to learn from a man like that.
If only one has the time.
And she's looking down. Well, I do take it. It's like if I need to read that kind of book. I love to read. I need to read. That's why.
Books are quite expensive. Her husband must be very successful.
Oh, well, I have the book. That's all I can say. So I'll go back home. Thanks for.
My pleasure. Allow me to escort you.
Yes, you can, but be careful. If my husband sees you, he'd be very angry.
This is true.
And yeah, she begins to walk, and she asks you how it is to be a musketeer.
It's very exciting.
And
there are many dangers which our king must face, and it is my honor to stand with him. And men like, well, maybe you know some of my friends.
Oh, well, I've heard exploits from D'Artagnan, but and some of your friends. Oh, yeah, well, there's a musketeer that came by the bakery, very charming one. Yeah,
Very
called.
handsome.
Yeah, I think don't remember the name, but well, he was there, but there was one of the client that was there, and I think he got interested in her, but that's okay. I'm a married woman after all.
That's right, and the bonds of marriage are sacred and can never be broken.
Yeah, that's what Father Augustine told us when he married us.
You know the good father. Oh.
Yes, yeah, yes. And
Alphonse frequently has debates with Father Augustine about the nature of marriage and family relationships.
Yeah, maybe I'll know a little more about him if he comes by the shop.
With eyes like yours, madam, I guarantee it.
With what you okay, yeah. Make a contest, because you're seducing, you're trying to seduce. Well, maybe
All right.
without knowing it, you are seducing her.
Flirting with her.
Yeah.
All right. Well then, how would you like that? I was thinking something along the lines of empathy or diplomacy, but those are
Okay,
his
yeah.
long
Well,
suits.
you can take you can take diplomacy if you want.
Alrighty.
Go ahead.
Just being kind and polite. Martin
Yeah,
doesn't
you're
have
a
time for.
gentleman.
That's right. Okay. Wow, this is a terrible pool. Okay. Woo. 2 successes. I beat the average.
I'm flattered, and she's making a reverence. You are on the front porch of the bakery. I have to go. I have to make the bread ready for tomorrow, and Claude will come take it.
All right. I bid her adieu and give her her water bucket.
Yeah, and she's smiling at you, and thank you. You're not the kind I would have thought you have been. Well, we have an opinion from people who are nearer from the king.
Oh, do tell.
Well, the taxes are heavy. You know, we have. It's hard to make the ends meet, and it makes us very stressed. Yeah, and yeah, the
It's true.
that's a problem of everyone in this country.
My father taught me very clearly that life is hard. So we must be harder.
While saying that, you feel that kind of retaining maybe tears. Yes, it's hard.
And if you ever need any help, send a message to me through Claude or bake a note into the bread, and you will have help.
She just nods and take her key and get into the bakery.
Right. Martin will stay
So
outside for a while, but the memory can fade, sure.
yeah, it's crazy because you have Alphonse with his both his hands on your shoulders, so she has a crush on you. You know, you impress me. I didn't know that you were interested in any sort of ladies.
Does my heart not beat? Do my veins not carry blood?
Well, we learn every day. We learn something. Okay, that's my from my.
But you know, Alphonse, to be serious, what bothers me most is I can't stand the kind of man that uses his strength to prey on the weak instead of tearing down the enemies of his family and community.
Can't
And it
stand
just
that.
makes me sick that someone who's got eyes like that is married to a boor like him.
Oh, there's lots of injustice. That's why I'm here. I can
You're
help those
here
stupid
because there's
ladies.
injustice.
I can go with you to the bakery. You know, I can help you with that. You know, if she's sorry for something, I can lighten her heart. Some few words from me. You know, we have some times ahead before getting into service. But
Sure.
what about you know? She was bruised again. You said.
On her face this time.
Oh, okay. I really need to go with you. You remember something? Go back in the past.
Martin is always distracted.
No, but because Margot is making you think. Okay. Okay. Maybe it was a little after stall. Maybe 2 weeks. You know, after stall. It was. We were more in the summer.
Right. Before Strasbourg.
Evening walk. One that maybe made you pass near the places Margot is. And you once again, you by another street, you are being watched. Someone who is dressed like Margot. Well, it's maybe Margot. This is a woman who's looking at you. She's far away. You know, more maybe 2 or 3 or 4 blocks, and holding a lantern and clearly looking at you. You can see the glint of her eyes and far away, but too
Right.
far to really see her full. But she has the same black thing, black clothing that Margot is wearing. So it looks like her.
Okay. I'll go off the street, out of her point of view, just for a moment. Just to break the line of sight.
Okay. Two men are going by the streets. Okay. And And at some point, they're walking a little faster because they kind of see her too. And they're talking to each other, grumbling and laughing a little and going towards her. And maybe
Sure.
you can see her going away. And the guy, hey, lady, you can come see us. And they're running towards her.
Okay. So Martin will mutter a brief prayer to
Go
open
ahead.
up one of the angelic pathways that join the world of the heavenly host to our world, so that he can step ahead in space, to be just ahead of her.
Okay.
So I can come out of an alleyway just ahead of her.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. So this I should be able to do just with one short prayer in one turn. This one he's got lots of advantages for.
Okay.
Okay. Rolling 6 dice, I will spend a style point, 2 style points to make 8 dice. And I get 3 more successes than I need.
So you're going through pathways and getting ahead. Yes, you come, well,
So the
where.
idea is that she was looking at me, and I was
Okay.
quite far away, and the men were moving toward her, and I'm now closer to her from behind, looking at them as they rush toward her.
Okay. So you you kind of see them coming. You kind of see her go away, never noticing that you were there. What do you do from that?
Okay. I will say her name. I'll say Margot.
She continued to run.
Okay. And then I draw my blade.
Okay, the two men are coming in front of you. Kind of, dirty man, some peasants, probably some bandits, and looking at you. Hey, you, pass your way.
I draw my dagger as well. And I say, this is Paris. And filth like you doesn't pursue women on the streets of Paris.
Guys like you should go to bed.
Guys like you may need to take the long rest and explain to the Lord your sins.
Ha ha ha. One of them is getting a club, the other one is getting a dagger. Yeah, you're just some sort of dandy.
And Martin realizes he's not wearing his musketeer's uniform.
And you may have some money, the other said. So I think it's time for initiative. Maybe you'll die
I
in
think
the
it is.
past.
Maybe I'll die in the past. And someone replaces me.
Right.
He looks just like me. Okay. 2.
Two. How much dexterity you have?
I was looking just at it just a second ago. It should be 2. Hang on. 2, yes.
Okay, what's the other divider for initiative? Parce que they also have two. I will just see the rules. Combat, move, initiative. Because there's another tiebreaker.
If Dex matches, they can go at the same time, or
The same time.
you could break the tie with intelligence if you want it.
Well, they just rush over you, trying to beat to beat you. Yeah, they just want to beat you and beat the crap out of you. No finesse, no nothing.
Well, hopefully that doesn't happen. Although that would
Okay.
give her a good reason to apologize. Okay.
So, all
Up to
right.
my little friend.
All right. So I'll roll for them. So you're trying to defend.
Yep.
Against whom you're defending the most? Because I think you have -2 for against the second one.
I'm more concerned about the one with the dagger, so I'll
Okay.
focus my attention on him and treat the club as the second.
All right. So I'll roll for the dagger man. Dagger. Okay. So I have one success.
Okay. Okay. Rolling to defend. And I've got my dagger as well. So this is a pretty monstrous pool. If I can't defeat one, I'm retiring from the Musketeers. Okay. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
To defend.
To defend. I should be okay.
Yeah. The guy, it's just like if you weren't there at all. But the other guy tried to pass over you with his club, trying to follow your movement with 4 success.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, maybe do a home run with you.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Just got through the air, and it's you if you want to attack them, of course.
Okay. So in Martin's ears the whole time, he's hearing the whispers of what he's been taught are the voices of angels, right? Giving him hints. He feels the dagger shifting in his hand, pulling it into a better defensive position.
Okay.
He feels the rapier heavy and normal as it's no longer responding to its blessing. It needs to be re-blessed. But yes, he'll attack the dagger wielder.
All right.
And say, "You were warned."
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7.
Man. Okay, I'm looking at his hit points. Okay, you make how many did you make?
7.
Man, you just trust pass through him. Ugh.
The
You
school
can
of
hear.
anatomy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, you know your anatomy well because that guy just falls on the ground, looking at you with horror while his last breath, some blood coming from his mouth, falling on the ground. Well, you can hear a voice behind you. Martin, this is Margot with the lantern. And oh, Martin, what happens? She seems a little panicked.
So I'll keep her voice behind me, keep focusing on the man with the club.
Well, he's afraid, but at the same time, he's angry. You've killed my cousin, and he just tried to beat you again. Really making an all-out attack. So he'll remove his active defense.
Ooh.
So you have 5 success.
Okay. I was going to give him a chance to carry his cousin away, but the mortuary guys need work. Okay. 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. To defend.
He's just go beside you, hit the ground, looks at you, and then mercy, and he's dropping his bat. Mercy, mercy, Lord, please.
It will be my pleasure to grant it. Carry this cousin away, and let me never see your face again.
And he's taking his cousin by the arms and you know taking him on the ground. If there was to be sunlight, you would see a trail of blood being drawn on the ground. He's going away. Clearly, he has some uncanny strength to go away with his cousin because he's really afraid. And you can see Margot looking at you. Who are they?
They were looking for a night's entertainment with the baker's wife.
I am so foolish, taking these walks the night you told me the other day, isn't it?
Yes, I did.
You see that she has dropped something on the ground while she saw you. This is the cloth bag from Claude, and from the
Okay.
cloth bag there's a book, Alf going out from it.
So I'll clean my blades, put them away, retrieve the bag, and pass it to her.
You can see a book, another book, another book from you have that at your place. It's called Le Train by Jean-Louis Gay de Balzac.
Now you're reading Balzac.
Yes.
I try not to notice that this is my book.
Yeah, well, you can, and well, probably from your life before, you had a bunch of books that you have brought with you. You know that your name is written in it. In fact, your real name.
That's shocking. Well, I don't know
Uh,
who this Nicholas is, so.
that, but she don't mention it because she takes it. She's taking her breath and thank you, Martin. Thank you, my lord. I shouldn't call you Martin. I should call you my lord.
You should call me Martin, for I am just a king's musketeer of no particular notice or importance. But let me walk you home.
Yes, yes. Have you ever read Le Prince? Well, I guess Le Prince talks about depicts the king as being a great man, but in a very humorous way.
Our king is a great man.
What happened since the last time I saw you?
Oh, not much. A little bit of swordplay here and there on behalf of the king.
Hmm. Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. It must be a very exciting life.
Sometimes it is.
Uh,
And you, has there been any unwelcome excitement?
Well, a baker's life is not a very exciting life, and you can sense that she walks, but she walks oddly, like if one of
She's
her legs is hurting.
she's limping.
Yeah,
So I make sure she gets home okay.
yeah. You're a great man, Martin. You're great. You have a great heart.
No, you're speaking of Alphonse.
Never saw it. Never came back at the bakery.
You're kidding me. Well, I must remember to bring him sometime. Wherever he goes, he spreads happiness.
Seems to be a very, well, very special person. Special persons are the kind that can be Musketeer's Guard, can be in the service of the king.
That
We're,
that is a true
I,
statement.
I I'm no, I'm no exceptional. Yeah, I know that I read. special books.
And I believe you understand them, which marks you as even more special, Margot. Never tell yourself that you are ordinary.
But I will always be a baker girl.
Well, and I will always be a musketeer. I work with great men. Have you heard of Jean-Marie du Crozet? He's
I
the
don't.
really mean-looking one who's always covered in filth, grumbling, prowling the streets, talking about saving France.
Don't know much of the Musketeers. I
Uh,
must say
well,
that
maybe
the
he doesn't
card.
eat.
Yeah, I must
You've
say
seen the
that
Kamoska?
I see Cardinals guard a little more often. But between you and me, I have no love for the Cardinal.
Really? Is he not also
No.
a great man doing great things to save France?
Yes, but don't know. He seems to be someone very cruel. Your friends seems to be great friends, and you must cherish them. Me,
I do my
it's only
best.
me and my husband. You're
Mm.
must say right now, I can consider you maybe one of my only friend.
Well, that would be my honor.
I must get back to my home.
Yes, before I must kill for you again.
And she's sighing herself. Have God bless their soul. Poor man.
I shall be praying for them tonight.
Yes. And you see again, she wants to cry.
I'll make sure she gets home safely
Yeah.
and then wake up the father for confession.
Well, you see, you go to Augustine's.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Okay. Oh. Um,
You weren't sleeping, were you, Father?
I was, in fact.
The Lord's work is never done.
What can I do for you, son?
Well, forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. Again.
Okay, come. Okay, get in the boot. And you can hear that in his side of the boot you can hear a bottle. He's taking probably some wine. So around from father and the son and the all these. What is the name of
The
the
Holy
other?
Spirit? Yes.
Holy Spirit, yeah. Au nom du Père, they do it in French, and we're in France, and they au nom du Père et du Fils et du Saint-Esprit. What have you done, my son?
Well, I have defended a lady's honor with lethal force. I was not acting in defense of the king. I stopped a brigand. I had the skill to stop him without killing him. But I did not. I know you want an honest act of contrition, but there are times when I feel that the men among us who act like animals should be treated like animals. I need your help, Father, for I am straying.
You help a woman. Yeah, I understand clearly. Well, she's being in danger.
Yes, walking at night alone is foolish,
Oh,
but
yes.
God should protect our fools if we won't.
Those men were being hostile at the evil thoughts towards you.
Toward me? Well, yes, I again was Myself a fool, not wearing my uniform. They took me for a dandy, someone they could rob.
Well, it's sad to know that people can't go together with love and compassion like Christ and God wants us to do. But their heart was probably, they are probably troubled men already, and they followed the words of the devil. You stop that. You, let's say that his life was taken, but he was already walking towards hell, from what I can understand from what you explained to me. You seems to be someone who have gave them their chance to maybe see the light. They
Maybe I could have
haven't.
done more.
Maybe. It's very unfortunate that you have sinned. So you make 5 rosaries and a donation to the church.
The donation may have to be in service, Father, for we have not been paid.
I understand. I understand. Well, I may need you in the future. We'll see each other again, but make the rosaries and have a good night of sleep.
One more question before I go.
Yes, my son.
You know, Margot, the wife of the most famous baker.
Oh, yeah, Margot and Jean. Yeah, yeah, I know them very much. They are very faithful paroissiens. I don't know their English word.
I get the feel. You know, I believe he treats her like an animal, Father.
You believe, but they are tied by marriage.
I know it's not my place to intervene, nor would I be protected by the court should I do so. Good night, Father.
I'll keep an eye on them. But good night. Yeah, I have to go back to sleep. And you can hear him sip his wine.
his sleeping medicine.
So we get back to the present, and you see Alphonse. Well, I think we have a lesson to give that to that Jean. I think both of us can intimidate him and get the crap out of this man.
Yes, and I do need your help with this. While I love being a member of the Musketeers, there are times when I miss having the full force of my family behind me,
Mm-hmm.
so that justice is done. Not that my family was ever that interested in justice, as you've seen from. Anyway, yes, let's go follow this note and get some bread.
Yeah, as you're getting near, well, you're a couple of blocks from there. But what is she sorry for? And but one thing for sure, if we get that Jean out of her life, she'll drop into your arm. You'll have something to relieve your stress because you are very stressed, man. One day you asked me what I was thinking about you. You are being too stressed. That's what I say.
Stop, you're making me blush.
Go back in the past. What happened? Why is she sorry for? You okay? Okay. It's maybe a little before you got into the Bastille.
There's a warm memory.
Yeah. You were at home, and someone knocked at your door. It was late in the evening. Someone knocked at your door. Claude opened. Who is this? It's Margot. I want to see Martin. And do I let her in, master?
Yes. Don't leave us alone.
Okay. And Margot is entering. Claude with the candle on the tables, looking at the scene. Yeah, she's dressed in her black, big cape and hood, and yeah, and now she's really crying, have tears all over her face, and
So I'll rise, give her a seat, give her a cloth to wipe her face.
okay, she drops a book on the table, one of yours. This time, this is Les Spectacles d'horreur de Jean-Pierre Camus.
Oh my goodness.
uh, Out of game, I really searched to know what was in that book. I only know that it existed and that the title is cool, horror show.
Yeah.
Okay, and she drops it on the table, and she sits down and, Monsieur, sir, do I get her something to drink?
Yes, please, quickly.
He gets her some wine, which which heals every bad in France at that time period.
That's right.
And
Wow.
uh, while Claude is away, she looks at you. I remove her hood and say, and take your hand and say, uh, Ken, take me. And she steps in front of you, please, and she's hugging you. Take me now.
Take you where? He says, not getting it.
You can see it. You can. Well, you see her breath. She's drunk.
Sure.
She's drunk. Take me, and she takes you, and you can see that under her hood. She has her shoulder is nude, and take me, Martin, and yeah, you can see that she has a bruise on her face once again. Yeah,
Sure.
black eye.
So he'll put her down on the bed, but his intention is for her to go to sleep.
Okay.
Right. And so he'll begin to pray softly, right, in a
Okay.
very soothing and calming voice, for the intention of relaxing and then having her fall to sleep.
Join me. I'm yours. You can hear Claude by the way. Do I leave you alone, master?
No, don't make me repeat myself.
And he's getting right on his feet, and she's really she's crying and looking at you and take me. I have nothing to lose. I'll die in the way.
So I'll keep praying and attempt to put her to sleep.
It's okay. What heart this is?
This one is homomancy, the control of people.
Okay. She has a will test or something like that, just to
She could to
prove.
make it fun.
Well,
um,
making a
to
will.
create the effect, I need to be able to overcome a character of her size. I'm touching her, which introduces no complications.
She lets her being touched, because that's what she wants.
Right. There's only one of her, so that's no complication. The only thing is the effect, which is based on her size, which is 0. So unless she's a really large lady.
No. But even her husband would be considered size 0, in my opinion, even if he's a tall guy.
Right. So really, what we're looking is I have to beat the difficulty, and the duration is what I'll need. I'll need her to be asleep for a while.
Okay. So I'm looking at my a while more than an hour.
Well, yeah, that would take a lot of successes and a lot of time, but just so that she's calm and this mood is broken, and
Okay.
maybe she would fall asleep naturally as a result. I don't know, but if I can, see.
Well, one scene it's 4 complications.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. 4 is
Okay.
good, which means I need to get 6.
Go ahead.
Okay. So in the first round, I only get the difficulty. I accrue no additional successes. So this is not going to work very well, but I'll keep trying. Just keep
Okay, she
praying.
says, yeah, I know that you want this. I, I can give you anything you want.
I give up on this spell. I just want you to sleep.
I can't. She really has probably drank 3 or 4 bottles of wines alone.
Oh my goodness.
And Claude says, I think the wine won't be necessary. I'll gather some water.
Clean water. And then a coach. I don't want anyone to see her leaving from here.
Claude will, without saying nothing, will have. Okay, go back to the present. So you have Biscar, his hand on the wall. You did nothing.
Well, would you?
But
Okay,
that's
stupid question.
okay. Go back in the past. At some point, she's sleeping, just from being far
So
off
drunk.
drunk,
Yeah.
and she's snoring. And Claude Didi says,
If her husband finds out what she has done, the risk she has taken will put her in real peril of injury, Claude. So we need to get her home without him knowing what she's been up to. Now, she normally is out late at night or early in the morning to get water for the bread, but she's clearly in no condition to bake the bread. So, Claude, finder of secrets, knower of mysteries, do you know the secret recipe of their bread?
I have to watch his character sheet. uh,
He's a great investigator. He's a forward investigation. But
I can. Well, I can talk to the owner of Croissant du Pont Neuf, and convince him about, the good of helping us, even if it's I'm not finding the word, but it's another business of the same kind.
a competitor.
Competitor, yeah, that's exactly what I'm searching.
Well,
I
that would
can
certainly
try. Anyway, you're paying your due, and even you're paying Alphonse Croissant, so I think he owe us, and we bring so much client. Even Cardinal's Guard comes by his shop because of us.
There's one place they're guaranteed to find it.
So I'll try to do something with that.
Then meet me at the bakery.
Okay. Can make a well. Okay, let's say Claude succeeds. Okay, we'll make this
Okay.
short. You know, you have a good relation with Monsieur du Croissant du Pont Neuf.
Right.
At some point, he comes with the man itself. He's looking at the boulangerie pain pour tous. And he's looking at you. What is it, Monsieur Martin?
As you know, the lady of this place,
Margot.
Margot,
In order.
she prepares the boulangerie for the morning's baking. And her husband is a brute.
Huh, Jean. Huh, yes.
She is not well. She is unable to prepare, and we fear what would happen to her if her work was not done, and we have come to you asking for your help. I am no baker, and Claude, although he proclaims to know everything, is also no baker.
So you want me to do their bread?
At least to do what she would do before Jean comes down and does whatever it is that the man does.
Well, she's probably mixing some flour with some.
I know where they get their water. That's all I can contribute.
Uh, they're taking in the same place as me. Okay, just because it's noble act, but I do that only once.
Well, I will pray for you more than once, even if you do it only once.
Okay, so I have to enter there.
Yes.
Okay. Well, you know the key where it is on Margot's. You saw her take out more than once, and yeah. Okay, so you open the door.
Open the door.
Okay. You get in. Well, in the bakery, it's quiet, um, and you enter with Margot. You bring her.
Just so that she's still asleep,
Oh, yeah, she is.
and just lay her down to rest, and then do the basic preparations and get out.
Okay. Well, that needs a stealth check.
Oh, God.
Let's make that fun. Well, it will be an easy challenge. Well, an average. Okay, you have a beat difficulty of 2.
A difficulty of 2. Okay. I will spend a style point
Yeah.
and make that happen, because otherwise I'll fail.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Well, doing the average, you don't
If,
have it too.
if I spend a style point, my average will be 2. Right now it's 1
Oh
and
yeah,
1/2.
I can accept that.
Okay.
So okay, you're doing your stuff, being careful. Well, the noise that it makes is the usual noises of the same tools being. And at some point, Margot is waking up. Oh, my head, my eyes. Oh.
Just
And
sleep.
can hear a voice. You know, there's a staircase and the door opens. Margot,
Quick, quick.
are you done?
Feet, let's go.
And she says to you that she suddenly realizes what's happening. Go away, go away. Yes, Jean, I'm coming.
And we get out of there.
Okay. Come back to the present.
And so, we baked bread.
Hope. Her husband was kind this time, but she really wants to see you this morning. Must be important.
Must be.
And while you're walking, there may be 1 or 2 streets away from that point. You have Eugene coming by. And you say, Master, Master, you must come see me. There's an exquisite lady waiting for you at home. Yeah,
You're
he's
not
looking
going
at
to see
you.
how the story ends.
I know she. Okay, I'll run and come back. Okay, so you can begin, and I'll come back to you as soon as I can. I'm coming back to you, and
All for one.
all for one for all, and you can do it.
Uh-huh.
Just wait by the door, okay?
I pay my respects to Eugene
Okay. And
and go on my
Eugene
own
is
way.
making some sort of a reverence. Hmm. Eugene. Okay. Well, going towards the street where Boulangerie Pain pour Tous is, you take the street, and on the front of the bakery itself, there are 5 cardinal guards. They all look concerned, and they look at you. They let you come by. Musketeer,
Wait, good morning.
you are Martin, isn't it?
You are very perceptive. It is indeed I. I take my hat off and I do a low sweeping bow. Does
Yeah,
the
you
cardinal
can
need the best bread in Paris?
you can recognize Etienne Laroche,
Oh, great.
the Mr. Hare, looking at you.
Monsieur le coiffeur.
We're we're here to arrest you
Arrest me.
for the murder of Jean Boulanger.
Really?
And as you say that, you can see the doors have opened, and you can see that yeah, Jean is lying on the floor. There's 2 other guards inside, and he has a dagger, the dagger planted in him, and many evidence you were seeing his wife.
And
The people, there are witnesses of people saying that you may have something against that man. Well, that's what we have been reported. So we'll have to arrest you.
well, you shouldn't look so happy about this kind of thing.
Indeed.
I give you
And
my word as a musketeer that I did not kill that man, although I will also give you my word as a musketeer that that man deserved killing.
musketeer talk. And they're surrounding you right now, but you
I
can
don't
see. Well, so go ahead.
I, I don't think I want to let myself be surrounded, so like as they're moving, I'll keep backing away, you know.
As you can, well, looking a little around, you can see by the side you came on that street. That you can see Claude. Okay, I was trying to find something to do because he wanted to see you. He came and see that you are in trouble. So he's making a gesture, and okay, he's going away, and the Cardinal's guard is going by you. By the other end of the street, you can see it's the morning, but you can see the woman in black, Margot, looking at you. She's quite far away, maybe 3 or 4 streets away, but you can clearly see her between all the people being coming by the place because yeah,
Right.
there's a buzz. There was been a murder,
Like a witness, but she's
and while you say that, you can hear someone say, "A fire! A fire!" fire. So by the end of the street where Claude was, you see a cart, a hay cart, totally on fire, and you can see Claude following it and saying, they making a gesture. You know, he's trying to say to you that he's the one who did that. So the
Yeah, okay.
Cardinals guard are kind of looking elsewhere, not
Okay.
paying attention to you since there's a fire. Like, well, and the cart is coming. Well, it's coming down your way. You know, the street descending, and you know it's going little by your way. It is going to crash, not that far from you, but nevertheless, it's a little frightening scene if you weren't aware of that.
Yeah. Okay. While their eyes are, I'm torn, right? I'm innocent, but this is France, so I'm guilty. I have to prove I didn't do it. But I don't recognize the Cardinals guard's authority to arrest me either.
No, and
I have
why they are
witnesses
there?
that I wasn't there. Uh, yeah, so I must get away. So while their eyes are off me, I'm gonna dash into an alley.
While you dash into an alley, you can see the dark figure go away. You know, taking a street, walking.
Okay, I'll try and cut her off
Okay.
if possible. I mean, more important, getting away. Being able to speak to Margot while I'm doing that would be great, but getting away is the first priority.
Okay. Well, with the confusion, well, you can make a well that for this. Well, it's kind of a stealth. Would it be stealth check?
To get away without being seen,
Or hide? More hide.
still stealth. Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
Go ahead. It's an easy. You know, it will be an average. Sorry, I'm confused with the D6 system. Easy would be two in D6 system.
Right. So 2 success. I'll spend my last style point. No, I did. I've already spent my last
Well,
style point.
by the way, you have your 3 style points. You start fresh with your style points.
Okay. Then I will spend a style point to make this at least possible 4-die pool. I'm going to roll it unless taking the average is acceptable.
Roll it.
I only get 1 success.
Well, 2 Cardinals guard is getting at your. Hey, he's going away. Running at you.
Okay.
There's lots of people, lots of action. What do you do?
Right. So I'll push through them. And, yeah.
Sorry, there's some sort of a person. Make a move. What is your move?
My move is 8. It's quite good.
In Cardinals guard, I think it's not that much. I don't have the Cardinals guard. Sorry.
It's probably 4.
Yeah, just look. Mm-hmm. Cardinals guard. Cardinals guard. Okay. Well, if you say 4, I'll take your word for that.
Well, it's their strength and their decks added together.
Ah, well, okay, yeah, I see. Okay, it's probably 4. Okay, yeah, okay. Well, I have a question, an ubiquity question. Is it a stat that can be rolled, or just a number like that?
Yeah, you can roll anything, even health.
So I'll roll the move, just to make
Cool.
sure that you don't make a fumble.
I will too. Then. Four, the average.
Yeah. As for the Cardinals guard, so you're able to get yourself through the streets of Paris, and yeah, you're getting towards people, in the opposite direction because people are going where the cart was on fire and the action was. And the more you get, the more people you get passed by. But at some point, there's not much people, and you can just take some distance because you can run more freely while the two Cardinals guard are struggling to get themselves through.
Right.
Yeah, and as you get by the streets, you can see once again, just a little nearer, the dark figure walking towards uh, a house. Yeah, some sort of a block, and entering it.
Okay. I'll follow.
Okay.
Trying to lose the Cardinals guards, but if I can outdistance them, they can get tired. That would be good too.
Right. You get by the door that person has already entered and closed the door.
Okay. Run up to the door. Is there like a window on either side of the door, or?
No, that all the windows have been plated with wood.
Really? Then I'll
Yeah.
just try and open the door, and if it's locked, I'll try and force the door.
No, the door is not locked.
Then I shall go in very cautiously, drawing my dagger, just in case the inside is too narrow for my rapier.
Well, you can see right inside. You see the entrance. There's a one door at your right and some stairs going up. You can hear upstairs some wordings, enchanted wordings. Some sort of ritual is going up.
Great. I rush up the stairs to try and disrupt the ritual before something terrible happens.
Okay, while you're rushing towards the stair, you can hear a dog's barking at you, rah, 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 and running towards you. That dog wants to eat your leg. Make initiative.
Not a dog.
Yes. And a dog enough to have stats in the book.
Oh, fantastic. 3.
3. The dog has more dexterity than you. So
I
he's
imagine.
jumping at you, rah, his mouth open, and will bite at you. So, oh, he's quite good in brawling. And with his bite, 7 dice.
Killed by a
That's
dog.
quite a dog. And he only gets 2 success.
Well, let's use my defense, which is... Right. Okay. Well, I, of course, love dogs. Martin is a different sort of guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, you don't you're not being bitten by the dog. Depending, do you continue to move towards the stairs, or?
Yeah, I'm particularly worried if I'm the target of the ritual. So the dog's a serious problem, but I keep wanting. I want to, the dog jumps at me and push it into the wall and rush up the stairs.
Okay, so that's what you do. The dog tries to pursue you. Let's make a move test because I love to do that.
Cool.
10 dice for the dog.
Yeah, they got a lot.
5, sorry. But nevertheless. It's because of your spell you have 8, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, I have 3 success.
I get 4.
Okay, the dog is running at you just behind you. There's an open door up the stairs.
Okay.
You have time to reach it if you want, unless you want to
Slam it
fight
behind me.
Yeah. Okay, it's a little muffled. You're in
That's
a
what happens when you don't
corridor.
have thumbs.
Yeah. You're in a corridor, and by the end of the corridor, there's a closed door, but there's a man in front of the door, someone you don't know. Well, a very bulky guy, a tall guy. Once again, he's bald. He's walking towards you. He has a sword, but is in his sheath. He doesn't have it in his hand. It's not a rapier or nothing. It's kind of a sword. The guy has some sort of an armor. He has a scar on his forehead. He's looking at you, saying nothing.
Empathically speaking, does he look like he plans to like chuck me out of the house, throw me down the stairs? Is he coming to mess me up?
Right now, it doesn't move.
I'm looking for Margot. Get out of my way.
You are disturbing my mistress. Go away.
Yes. You first.
No one will enter the door.
I draw my sword. Last warning.
He draws his. That's you want.
No, what I want is for you to leave.
Wait a second. He turns over, opens the door with his sword in hand, talks into a language. You, you can make a reason check for that. I think it's double your intelligence.
Well, I do have a pretty good linguistics ability.
That's where you have to roll for something. The difficulty for that, I have to determine. Well, this is tough. Tough difficulty 3.
3, okay.
Because, foreign languages.
Foreign
You may have
languages.
heard of them. They all sound the same.
I'm going to give it a try. I get 3 successes. 2 and a 1.
Pretty sure this is Hungarian.
It's Hungarian spy.
Maybe.
Okay.
He turns over and says, my mistress wants to see you. And he
See,
opens
you were
the
wrong
door.
the entire time.
Yeah. And he shows you the door.
I'll trust that he's not going to attack me from behind, and I'll move past him.
He's looking at you with icy, ice cold eyes. Okay.
He is breathing, right?
Yes, he is.
Okay.
The room is quite dark. He closed the doors behind you. And there's you can see the light coming from somewhere in the room. Someone is opening a lantern. The sight is quite strange. The room is all, there's no windows, no nothing. The only door was the one you entered.
Right.
In the center of the room, maybe 2 meters by 2 meters, there's a cage. The cage is from, the ceiling to the top. There's some iron bars. Inside the cage, you can see a woman, all dressed in black. and her face is covered, like with the scarf here. You can only see her eyes. She has her hood. She took down her hood, but she's clearly not Margot. She's someone else. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Ooh, have
And
I been tricked this whole time?
yeah, and not only that, you can see there are two corpses on the ground outside of the cage.
Okay.
Okay, just each side of you, and tied to the cage by the outside. It's Margot. Her wrists are tied, and there's a chain going from inside the cage and tied to the center of the ceiling, the center of the cage. So
Okay.
she can be unbinded from the outside. She's outside of the cage, like tied like that, as much as her ankles. And
Right.
she has a metal collar, and she's clearly afraid. Nothing. Go away.
Well, if I go away, then I can't rescue you, and you can't prove my innocence.
And the lady in the cage looks at you and says, I'm pretty sure who you are. We're from, if I'm correct, we are from the same blood.
Well, then, I want that blood back. And I lunge, hoping to get between the bars.
Well, she's too far away. She wants to lunge. The cage is quite big,
Okay.
and she says,
I'll do it anyway because I'm so angry.
"We're cousins. We're cousins, and but the family is falling apart. You killed your father. I've heard of that.
I
But
did.
a headless snake is nothing. It needs a head. But first, I'll bring your head on a plate."
That can be discussed, but let the woman go. She was bait. There's no need for her to be further harmed.
I have no too much ambitions here. You can do something for me. You can kill her. At least I won't be able to do what I want to do if you kill her yourself. You'll save her, and at least her death will be more honorable than what I will offer her.
Martin has grown up with this kind of psychological warfare his whole life. And maybe what the woman inside the cage doesn't understand is that he's used to being able to move through space differently than other people. That he could transport himself inside the cage to where she is.
Mm-hmm.
And so he'll start to swear to cover up the speaking, but then offer the prayer that allows himself access to the angelic pathways through space and see if he's able to teleport himself right to where she is.
Okay, perfect. Otherwise, you do that. She kind of decipher what you're doing and
No
said
deception.
she also does some sort of a ritual prayer with a pike in her hand that she trusts.
Oh no!
So she's making a sacrifice to enhance her dice roll. So roll for your teleportation.
You're a terrible human being. Okay. Okay. I need two. This is like no distance at all. I'm
Making
going
a coup de
to.
grâce. Margot can't escape.
Yeah, that's true. She's in trouble.
Okay, I'm making. Okay. You can. Margot is screaming, and then falls unconscious. You can see the pike of her blade going out of her back, and while the lady finishes up, the two corpses are beginning to move and raise on their feet.
I hope they're outside the cage.
They're outside the cage.
Okay, so the pathways ritual that I used, or spell that I used, will allow him to teleport anywhere he wants within 500 feet for 3 turns.
Which means that he'll come back to his place 3 turns.
No, I mean, anytime during the 3 turns, he can move. It's
Okay.
like a blink spell.
Go ahead.
Okay. So that's my action. I cast the spell. I can teleport inside the cage to where she is,
Okay.
ready to defend myself. But she has stabbed Margot, and the corpses are animating. Okay. So when I can, I will attack.
Okay, so you can teleport. Okay, make an initiative because she calls up, Peter, come! And the door open, the big guy is coming.
She's cheating. 4. I'm getting the worst initiative today. I haven't rolled above the average yet.
Okay, well, Peter is slower than you.
Good.
And you're inside the cage with the lady.
Yeah. My cousin.
Charles taught you well. He also taught me, if you want to know. And she's right one to stab you.
Okay.
I'm finding. Okay. So you're defending yourself.
I am definitely defending myself.
Okay. Well, she's not that good with their knife, but
this is a knife. Okay.
yeah, the pike is already in Margot.
Oh, she left it in Margot. Oh, the horror.
Margot is still barely alive, and she's looking at all this with horror, seeing her life going out of herself.
Okay, I will defend. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay, so yeah, seeing that you're quite fast, it's your turn, by the way.
Okay, then I will attack.
Okay.
That's crappy. 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay. Well, she has an armor, so 2 lethals as fast.
All right.
You can see that she has some sort of a leather corset.
Okay. And it wasn't visible?
The corset?
Could I see that it was thick and armored, or have I just discovered the armor by the attack?
Oh, by the attack, it's under her black hood.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So as the school of anatomy, I lean in for a thrust to the heart by instinct.
Yeah. And, it was a little deflected. Cool. Some flesh wounds.
Right on.
Okay. She then take the lantern beside her and throw it in a bucket that is on the floor, which made an explosion of smoke.
Oh no. Okay. I'll try attacking one more time.
Now you're being blinded, which removes you a lot. Just trying to find the rapidly the visibility. Well, near darkness, -4.
Okay. Yep. And I attack. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
Well, you hit something. You just don't know how it was. You can hear Peter and going out. You can see him a little going out of the place, closing the door. Next thing you know, you can hear noises in front of you, and you can see a fire growing. You're in the cage, and the fire is taking out the cage.
Okay.
You can see a rug in fire. There was a rug in the center of the cage, and it's taking fire.
Then I'm going to blink back out into the hallway with Peter.
Peter.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Then, okay, in fact, you're with Peter and said, he says to you, you won't get out of here alive.
I nod my head and attack.
Go.
2, 4, 7, 8, 9.
9. Well, okay. That's it. Defense. You said 9.
Yeah.
Okay. You make a blow. 9, 6. Oh, man, he's knocked back. He get over his strength. Okay, he's knocked back in the door from where he come out. He drops on the floor. He's knocked up. He never expected you to hit that hard. And there's smoke coming from under the door.
Right.
The building is on fire.
Martin's normally so calm that when he gets into a fight and the anger boils out, it's surprising. But Margot's still inside, but the wound that she suffered, is it survivable?
Well, you don't know. But, she got the spear. Well, anatomy got right through her lungs or her heart, that's for sure.
All right. The whole house is catching fire. There's animated corpses inside the room.
By the way, you can hear them knock on the door.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm cruel.
I'll have to leave her.
Oddly, you have a style point for that.
Thank you, sir.
Because this is very dramatic. You can hear the dog bark a little down.
I forgot about the dog.
You can hear someone say, "Go away, dog." This is Alphonse.
Okay, I tear open the door
Martin!
at the top of the stairs.
Martin! Come, there's a dog!
Okay.
So
I rush down the
you're in the...
stairs and try and get the dog and Alphonse out of the house.
Okay, well, the dog is... Well, the dog go out of the house. Outside the house, you can see Claude. You can see Eugene, a little worried about what's going on. And Alphonse, what's going on? What is this place? What's going on, Martin? And he's looking at your face.
Family business. But Margot is inside and she's dead.
Oh, your family always bring... And yeah, the fire is taking in that building. You can see people going all around, panic, people coming with buckets of water.
Sure, join in.
And
I'll tell
well,
Alphonse that I'm being accused of the husband's murder.
that's incredible. Eugene says at some point, I don't know if everyone survived this building, but I saw someone go out from the building from behind when I came. A woman running.
You're just telling me now? Like right in her face.
Sorry, Master Martin.
Tear off after her.
Run in the streets.
As fast as I can.
Yeah. Well, unless you do a very hard perception test, you won't see her.
All right, I believe that. I mean, my eyes are probably running from the smoke and everything anyway. So let's give it a try. Four?
The confusion. You can see Peter trying to walk towards the people. That's what you can see the closest.
Well, him, I'm going to charge with the death of the husband, so I want him.
Yeah, okay. So you reach to him. You have Alphonse by your side. I am following you.
Good.
And Peter is turning around. And he's looking at you. He says, your family won't have you as their leader. Your family will have Doricia Martel as their leader. And then he takes a knife and stabs himself.
He spared me from the effort of cleaning my own blade.
And
I get in real close as he's dying, and I press my cheek up against the side of his face, so he can feel my ear and my lips just rubbing right against the base of his earlobe, and I say, she'll have to get in line to die squealing like a pig like all the others, because the family is mine, and I'll rule it in heaven, I'll rule it on earth, and I'll rule it in hell, you little pig.
You don't know Doricia. And he falls down dead. That was today's adventure. The real title is Margot.
That's lovely.
I hope you've enjoyed it.
I really did. Tough choices.
Well, this is you have to go. We won't talk about it now, but
We'll
we'll
talk
have
about it
to.
very soon.
Yeah, right.
That was awesome. Thanks a lot.
Well, yeah,
I
but
really liked
thanks
the
for
flashback.
you. Yeah,
The flashbacks were a lot of fun.
it was needed. I needed to have a sympathetic victim.
Yeah, it was really tough to decide to let her go, or to realize that I had already lost her. That so that was cool.
School choice. Yeah, I must admit. myself, when I created the scene, I was already on home. But I think it was I needed to show to introduce Doricia.
Yeah, I hate her a lot. Cool. I got to run. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. So thanks for you. So see you soon. Bye.
See you soon.